Hi everyone, it's Jenny at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House, and I'm here working on my envelope journals. You may remember that I was trying to get 10 mass make envelope journals done, and I haven't been able to get to them in the last few days, so I thought I would come in, turn on the camera and work on them. So you can look at and follow along on the other, the earlier stages of this. I think this is only the third video that I'm doing today, but you can go and follow along. We'd love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and Instagram, but you can find us at Joey143Jenny on both YouTube and Instagram. We just really appreciate, we don't take it for granted for those of you that have subscribed, that leave us the sweetest of comments, that ask us if we will show them things or ask questions. We love that so much. And we really appreciate that you're sharing some of the things that we do so that we can grow our audience. We really appreciate that. You can also follow along here at what's happening at the Little Yellow House on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. So we hope that you'll do that as well. It's a very small group at this point, so you'll get to know each other really well. But we hope in the future that will change and it'll continue to grow. And some of you that have been here since the start will be able to encourage others that join in. Okay, so I started a video about 10 minutes ago and got going, started organizing the fussy cuts that I did with Joey Card Makers, Shinsetsu, this one here. I'm using this one. So what I did was I showed you all my fussy cuts. I've been busy fussy cutting, and also I'm using Sweet Journaling UK. I thought they both looked so beautiful together. There's a train. You can probably hear that. So yeah, I was showing you some of the things that I had done, organized them all while we were talking, and then my phone that I record on completely cut off. I think I was over on my storage, so I needed to delete a few things. Oh, brother. Me and technology. Ugh. So right now I'm just, going about, dinking through, and I'm looking through these journals to see, what stage I'm at with each one. This was on a seam, so it didn't stick very well. I'm going to glue that down. So far, except like this on a seam, or where I didn't get the edges really well, that Elmer's glue, that permanent bonding Elmer's glue is working pretty good, and I have a ton of it, so I'm continuing to use it. I did this one on just a minute ago. Put that flower on there for this pocket, and I was getting ready to do this, and I was also explaining that not all of the envelopes are the same size, so everything is not absolutely exact, but I thought what I might do is glue this in here. We'll see how that looks. I just didn't want to cover up that little bird, so let's see. Let's try it. Okay. Let's see how it goes, if I can do it without getting glue everywhere. And I don't know how. I think I'm going to have to go ahead and glue on that cellophane. Got a little bit of glue on this thing. Let's see here. I think I'm just going to go around the edges. Well, I hope everyone's having a really good day. We're starting the weekend, and it's very, very exciting. But I don't know about you. Anytime we have a 4-day weekend, which for those of you in the United States, we are having a 4-day weekend because of Memorial. Oh, no, did I do that opposite? Oh, I did that on the wrong thing. Yeah, I did that wrong. it makes the week seem long to me. And I'm not even working in the workforce anymore. But I remember when I was working in the workforce, it seemed long. Okay, I'm going to have to let this sit for a minute because it's made it very kind of weak on the edge. Maybe while I'm waiting, probably should have maybe put maybe a little piece of something on the back. Maybe I'll just back it with the same thing. Turn it like that. Maybe we'll just do that. So I'm just fiddling around today. I'm just trying to, work on these. I'd like to get them done in the next few days. And then I had a viewer request to do something, so I'd love to do that. I want to do that next. And boy, I sure appreciate when you all ask for things to be done or to be shown. If you watched the other day when I showed the rubber dish tubs that I use for my books, that was because one of my lovely viewers, thank you so much, had requested that. So I was happy that you requested that. And I started thinking, I love to see how other people organize. So I don't know why I didn't even think to show how I organize things. Because everybody organizes differently, but you keep thinking, oh, I'm going to find the one that works for me. And I do that. I get on, Instagram or on, it's going to go this way, on YouTube or even Pinterest or what have you, and check it out. So, okay, so I was telling you before my video cut off that it's a little later in the day today, than what I usually do a video. But I had been outside cutting my rose bushes. And it's not because they're so big now that I can't, I have to cut them back because it's only a couple of days into June. I'm trying so hard to get this to be straight. But okay, so we planted these bushes, let's see, probably about 3 years ago. And just, right from Lowe's, got the little bucket that, where they come and they look like they're dead almost, because they don't have any blooms or anything. And so we planted 4 of them out front. We kind of spaced them along the front of we have a little white picket fence out front. We kind of spaced them in front of that we have like a half circle drive. And so we did that. And the first year, wow, we were just so surprised at how beautiful they were. Okay, now I don't want to make that same mistake. So I'm going to glue all the way around the front part. And then the next year, again, they bloomed beautifully. Now let's see. Is this our 3rd year? Yeah. So last year they grew so much that I had to take some string and tie them up to the picket fence because they were just going everywhere. And I was trying to get them, what I'm trying to do is get them to fill in at the, trying to do this and talk and have a feeling I hope that dries nice and clear right there. So we tried to get them to kind of fill in, and they kind of crawl around, so that's nice that they kind of meet each other, So they really did look beautiful, but they were getting so big. Well, I'm on so many gardening Facebook pages and stuff like that, and people were asking about their roses, and so I was like, yeah, what about roses? And somebody had said, oh, you need to cut them back every year, like to promote the growth. You need to cut them all the way back about 12 inches. I think that's too far. About 12 inches from the ground. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just couldn't bear it. And so I'm going to leave this. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with the rest of that. This one puzzled me, so I'm going to leave that. So I couldn't do that. I just couldn't bear it. And so what I decided I would do is cut it about 3 feet from the ground. And so I did that and was just like, oh, I hope I didn't mess anything up, Well, anyways, the roses started coming back. They started coming back with completely new, stalks or branches or whatever, they all grow out of the ground just in shoots. So they started coming back in new shoots, and that was pretty exciting. And then I was like, ooh, now we got all this brown dead stuff. So today, before these roses get too much bigger, what am I doing? Losing my mind. Can't talk. I can't talk and do stuff. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh boy. So I went out and I cut back. I'm such a nerd. I cut back, the dead. And so although our roses now are only about 2 feet tall and a little bit spindly, it does look a lot better. I can't wait for Joey to get home, see if he notices it. Oh boy, you guys. I don't even know. This doesn't have to be perfect, but it definitely needs to be a pattern and not just stamping the stamp pad. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Okay. Then I did put a couple of numbers on one. Let's do that. Well, let's see if we even need to on this yet, because if we use this one, that's going to cover that number up. I don't know if I even want to. Covers that bird up unless I put it down here. I like that. So, brother, so I did that, and then I hauled all of the branches. What I like to do when I do trim like bushes or trees like that, or even when I go out and Joey and I trim the trees. I mean, there's something always around here, always needing trimmed and needing pruned. It's constant. What I like to do is, we do have a wheelbarrow and I do use that, but it's kind of heavy duty and I'm not the strongest person. And, this wheelbarrow is taller than half of me, because I'm so short. So, it's just not as easy to push around unless I just absolutely, am needing to use it for, like, let's say, rocks or bricks or something that's super heavy. Then yeah, it's a lot easier to use that. But what I like to do for branches and stuff is I like to just take, one of those cheapo blue tarps, the cheapest you can get. And this is what I use them for, is I get them and then I just lay it on the ground and I put all the branches in it, and then just drag that thing through the house. Or through the house. Oh, see, I'm losing my mind today. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I'll definitely know if anybody watches the video because you'll be able to comment on my goofiness. So anyways, I can drag it through the yard with a lot of ease. And you know what it reminds me of is years and years ago when I was single, years ago, I needed to move some really heavy furniture. I had this sofa that had the sleeper in it, you know, where it has the bed in it. And let me just put a stamp there. And maybe maybe this one. And I needed to move it. It was super heavy, and I was even tinier then. I didn't have a lot of weight on me, so to speak, as I do now to, you know, balance things out. And so what I did was I put one corner on a blanket and then was able to move that blanket underneath the couch and put the other corner, the other end on the blanket. And I was able to move that entire sofa, gliding it, you know, just by having it on that blanket. Now they have those little sliders. Those are nice. Move the furniture that way. Okay. What are we going to do with this one? I did cut out some of these flowers too. So we may be able to use those as well. Now that one's going to be too big. Some of these I cut with the blue in the back, or the bluish green in the back, and some of them I did not. So I don't know if those are going to work on this one. So let's see what we have in here. I fussy cut some of these out too. Yeah, I'm a mess today, aren't I? That'll be cute. Maybe just like that. We'll see what's on. I don't think we'll wrap it around. I think we'll probably just cut it. Okay, so what other mishaps? So anyways, I did that. Put it on the burn pile. Yesterday, I don't know if you remember, I mentioned that we have on the west side, we have an area that I had been trying to create quite a large garden, and I just can't keep up with the wild weeds. I can't keep up with the wildness of it. And so I told Joey the ones that are growing really well, well, he requested to put, you know, for me to identify somehow which ones I want him to mow down and which ones I don't. I think I'm going to use, no, I'm not. I'm going to use this. And so yesterday I hauled bricks around. I had, years and years ago, I had a brick and mortar in a historic area of town. And they were revitalizing and redoing the street. And they were putting, like they were going to lay a beautiful inlay in the street, you know, at the intersection. And I was about 3 down from the intersection. Well, anyways, when they dug up, they had to dig down deep to get all of the tar and everything, or whatever they were doing. And so when they did that, they found the original bricks that went, you know, for the street. Oh, I think I've got that too high. And so I went over to the construction guys one day after I closed my shop, and I said, hey, what are you going to do with all those bricks? And they're like, oh, we're just going to toss them. And I said, is there any way I could take some? And they're like, yeah, have as many as you want. So, I mean, I don't know. At the time, I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I didn't know how many bricks is a lot, how many isn't a lot. Excuse the reach. And so I got 2 boxes full of these bricks. Now, the weird thing about it is I thought, well, one day I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it, do with them all. And the bricks had tar on them from where they ended up putting the asphalt over it. So then the tar got on some of them. Years and years, you know what I'm saying? Because they were so old. Well, I thought, well, at some point when I decide to use them, I'll just chisel that off. I mean, all the things we think we can do or think we're going to have time to do when we're, in the creative mind, you know what I mean? So now fast forward, I don't know, 12 years, something like that. And I'm looking for these bricks. Been hauling these bricks around in these boxes for years. Not even 12. Let's see. 9, 19. Yeah, like about 12 or 15 years, something like that. And Joey had told me, he said, I think they're out back. I think I unstacked them from the boxes and put them out back. So I went out back. Long story. For no, it's not super interesting. So I'm just it's very long, isn't it? So I went out back. I found those, and I used those to go around the flowers that so Joey doesn't mow them down. How is that for a long story? My gosh, what a day. This poor video. But, I'm happy I'm getting some of my stuff done. I'm happy it's so cheerful to, use Joey and Sweet Journaling UK's, Joey Card Makers and Sweet Journaling UK's, and can't be sad when you're using that, I'll tell you that much. All right, so that one's, for this step, that one's done. I'll probably end up putting something here, at some point, but I think that looks pretty like that. I'm just keeping on. I'm going to kind of try to keep an eye on the time. I was, my Joey, we were watching Gail Augustinelli the other day together, not together, but he was around and she was on, and he gets a kick out of her, thinks she's fun. So anyways, we're watching her, and I said to him, look at all of the things Gail has done. And I paused it, and I said, and it's only been 7 minutes. I could never get all of that done in one video, and she's done it in 7 minutes. So it just kind of cracks me up. Get these spindlies that I did. Ooh, isn't that fun? But that probably should be saved for something else. Let's try this one. That'll be neat. Yeah, and I said to Joey, I said, and I even attempt to get some things prepared ahead of time. She is amazing, and I watch her, I don't know if y'all watch Rachel at Roxy Creations and Pam at the Paper Outpost. So those are some of my favorite. Carrie the Crafter. Gosh, so many, that I love to watch. And I'll just turn on variety of once in a while just to, get inspired, get ideas. Well, anyways, they all are just so full of wonderful ideas. And I love that they're consistent, and, we get to watch their videos, at least once a week. I think that's fun. I don't watch all of them once a week, but it's nice that they're available. And I'll tell you what, when I have been sick, like if you're sick, man, can you catch up on some videos? Oh, so many videos. Not hoping anybody gets sick, but I'm just saying. As a matter of fact, I think that's probably how I found Gail back in early 2000. When the pandemic was fresh, I fell victim to it early. And I love journaling, and I was very, very sick. And I just couldn't get out of bed. So I thought, what could I, see for journaling? And I had junk journaled for quite a while, for years, using Daphne's diary as an inspiration, and I would work in my own journal. And, but somehow I came across Gail, and boy, oh boy, was that a nice, refreshing, how sweet she is. It was so nice to have her while I was recovering. To watch. And don't tell her I said this, but there were times where, it was so relaxing, I actually fell asleep listening, to her. So sometimes it's not just the crafting, it's the, just being you. I wish my sister did videos every day. I could listen to her voice all the time. Makes me feel like we're just right, we're right together. Like we're just in her barn. That's fun. Where's that other one? So anyways, I'm just goofing around and trying to get a few of these done so that, I'm getting closer and closer to getting them all done. All right, let's see how that looks. That's fun. Fun. All right, another one. Okay. So I think I'm going to do this one like I did the other one, where I put a little bit. I've got so much stuff over here. I'm going to use this again. This time I'm going to use the actual stamper, the actual rubber stamp, and not the stamp pad. Okay, I hope everybody's summer's going well. Can you believe it's already June? I say that type of stuff all the time, like time just gets away. I wonder, what are you all doing? Are you going on vacation or anything? Joey just started his new job this year, if you remember, and so I dropped something? So we won't be going on a vacation this summer, which is fine. We don't need a vacation. We have such beautiful land. We just have to walk out back. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying it because I know we are blessed. So blessed. So, however, I would like to get to the lake a little bit this summer. See what's going on at the lake. But that's going to be like the extent of vacationing for us this year. I'd love to know what you all are going to be doing. So then I want to put a little something there. I don't really care for that to just, you know, stop right there like that. Maybe I'll just use that. Doesn't look like it's straight though. Also, with the grandchildren out of school, I'd like to maybe take them on a few little day trips. I think that would be super fun. I need to look and see what's, you know, within an hour of here, and then pack a picnic. You know, people don't pack picnics as much as they used to. I love packing a picnic, stopping at, you know, a rest stop, or sometimes places that you go, like if you go to museums and stuff, they'll have like a little picnic ground outside. I love that stuff. I can remember when my girls were young, school age, and it was spring break, and I had day trips planned, and we did that, and that was so fun. I didn't shade that, I forgot, but I think it's okay. Well, we're getting there. We're about halfway. Need to pick it up. Pick up the speed. This one already has that on there. That's helpful. It doesn't have anything behind it because I think this is one that what did I do? I don't know what I've done, but I'm going to put this here. Is that going to be too much? I'm going to put another stamp there just so it looks intentional. Let's put this one. Yuck. Black everywhere. Okay. All right. Well, we're making progress and chit-chatting and goofing around, and I love spending time with you. I love your sweet, sweet comments. Thank you for, you know, those of you that watch my videos. I was looking and it showed the average person that watches 14 minutes. And I'm thinking today, oh my gosh, how many blunders did I do in the first 14 minutes? So for those of you that watch more than 14 minutes, thank you for letting me redeem myself a little bit. I don't even know if I did, but thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to put that number again. This little spot here. I keep getting my finger in that. Yeah, I think that just makes it look like it's intentional, and it kind of blends in where that other was. This one I need to, I'm not sure what I did. I must have not been thinking, and I closed that back up. Okay, so that one's done. I think we'll put something right here. Maybe I'll use one of these. I love these. You know, I just cut those strips off and I just love them. They're so fun. Kind of make them like they're, you know, like little, like how cigar bands. Little stickers, seals, what have you. And these are just torn, so they're not exact in any way. I think this also needs a few, maybe a few more numbers or a stamp seal or something. That needs cut down a little bit too. What do I want to do? I love that little stamp. That's cute. Now I'm going to do this. Let's see, I'm going to do it like that. And then I'm going to use this one. Trying to figure out what to do this weekend. Seems like we just had a weekend, doesn't it? I like that. Now it needs something underneath, but I'll worry about that another time, not today. Or not right now. Okay. Oh, that one's done too. Let's put another little number on. Put it right here. Let's see if I can do it. There. Again, that has like a cutoff right here, so what could we put there? It's pretty. They're all pretty. Can't really go wrong at all. And then I think on this one, I will put a stamp seal over it. There we go. That's fine for now. Oh, that's it. Wow, good. All right. Come back over. Now let's see what else we can do with them. And we may not be able to get through all of them, but it'd be fun to try to do something. What I don't know. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to get out my letters. Since this is an envelope journal, I wanted to... Is this where my letters are or just envelopes? Let's see. Let me put it down here on my lap for a second. Yeah, there's some letters. Let's look at those for a second. Maybe we could, you know, put some letters in the envelopes. Dorothy and Jake, to someone so very nice. That seems like a sad letter. It's expressing we just cannot think of words to express our loss we already feel. So, I don't want that one. This one is just a catch-up, and it also has a little letter from a child down here. So that is going to be super fun. Super fun. And I'll just fold it the way they folded it. Put that in there. Pokes through there. Let's see. Do I want that? Maybe we want that. Well, we can do it like that. Let's see, what side was that? This one. Okay. Dear kids, how are all this cool Sunday? We are okay. Have had our first snow. That's fun. I don't know what that whole letter is about, but that part's fun. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. That's neat. I wonder if I can get this one to show. Have to refold it a little bit. Fiddly fiddly. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, 2. What's this one? Wow, this is big. Save that for another thing. It's too thick. I'd like to kind of keep, wow, this is really long too. And look at this little thing. Dear Daddy. Just outside of Aurora, time, I want to say it says 7:30. Traffic was backed up a mile or so to Buckley Field. Thinned down a lot on 4287 highway. Just hit road construction. 8:45, just entering Lyman. Overcast, cool. That's fun. That's a fun letter. All right. Our dear friends all, there was a smile spread over this old face this morning when your good letter came. Isn't that sweet? 1958. That's very cool. Ooh, this paper is super neat. Very, very thin. That's fun. Okay. Dear children, how are all this cold eve? We okay. Just wonder how much snow you have now. We had our first snow Sunday a.m., but did not last long. It was 12 above zero last night in the coldest. Alrighty. Love, Mama. Sweet. Uh-huh. Let's see, is this... Yeah. Bye for now. Love to all. Daddy. Daddie. Let's see, what does this say? Always had to help. Let's see. I sure would do this spelling for him. I always had to help his daddy with his spelling. That's the reason Curtis is as good speller as he is. Ha. Huh? Oh, that is going to be a fun letter. Okay, now this one needs repaired. So I am going to set that out. I just got a little bit on that corner there. Dear Mary Lou,